Hi everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. So I asked on Instagram the other day if you guys would be interested in seeing a new project pan. Specifically, if you would be interested in seeing a one brand project pan featuring all Rimmel products or a YouTube made me buy it project pan. And the overwhelming response was the YouTube made me buy it project pan. And I'm really happy that you guys were as interested in that project pan as I am. And I did have some people asking how I was going to tackle another project because I am doing quite a few. However, my Project 20 Pan Roulette is really winding down. My finish, was it 6 by Summer, is a challenge in and of itself. It was a viewer's choice, so it's a completely different animal. My Project 100 pan is a little insane, and I think I have to step back from that one and approach those products in a different way. So I have finished a few products from that challenge. I'm going to do an update and then maybe do some individual challenges within that 100, or just completely end it all together and start some other smaller projects, because I like to be challenged and I like to be busy. Like, I do so much better under pressure, and that's why I like to have so many projects going on, because I just work better that way. Anyway, that's just a little explanation for those of you wondering before I dive into the products that I chose for my YouTube Made Me Buy It project pan. So the first product I have here is a skin mist. I don't tend to include a lot of skincare items or other various items in my project pans. I like to keep them very makeup focused, but this one is sort of makeup related because this is not a skin mist that I would use just on its own. This is definitely one that I would use in preparation for makeup, and this is one that I saw a couple of YouTubers mention, one big one in particular. I'm not gonna drop names because I feel like everybody either already watches these people or they don't want to watch them. So if you happen to have watched this particular YouTuber who was raving about this product, you're gonna know what I was talking about. And this is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. And this is a pricey as heck skin mist. It's crazy that something like this could be so expensive. I used it today. Every product I'm going to show you is currently living on my face as well. So I applied this before I applied primer. So this is where I currently stand on this guy right now. I haven't used it a lot. I wasn't finding it was working that well for me. I like a dewy skin look, but I feel like it doesn't stay on my skin as well as a more natural or matte foundation does. Dewy foundation looks, they kind of disappear on my face after a couple of hours, so I really want to try using this up and put it more to the test to see if it really is as good as so many people have raved about. The second product, and all of these that I'm going to be talking about are items that I was generally influenced by the pretty big beauty YouTubers to buy. Now, a lot of people were talking about this. This is the Bite Agave lip mask. So this is like a lip treatment. I got this when my lips were really dry and cracked. I believe this was like the beginning of January, because I tend to have really bad lip problems in the winter. But I had such a hard time getting this out of the tube. Like, it's packed solid, but I'm like squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and like it's a struggle to get product out of the tube. And I don't know if it's like that for anybody else or if it's just me. Maybe because my room is cooler than normal. I've had some issues with some products because the temperature tends to be pretty cool in the room that I'm in, because it's in like the basement. So maybe that's the reason why. It is pretty effective. I have used it a handful of times. My lips were definitely not as dry over this past winter as they have been previously, and I've definitely used this when I did notice a lot of dry skin. So a lot of people have raved about the Agave lip mask being like a holy grail item. So we'll see how it holds up once I start using it on the daily. The next product is from L'Oreal, and it is the Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. So again, sort of like with the Tatcha, I don't do luminous stuff all the time because I feel like it doesn't always suit me. Like, I want it to. Like, I want to be like the flower child with the glowing skin and everything, but I just feel like it doesn't always work. I feel like it makes my skin look almost dirty. I don't know what it is about it. I just wanted to have that luminous, you know, fresh faced or supermodel skin or whatever, and that's sort of why I bought this one, was because I had heard so many people talking about it, how it was like this great amazing drugstore primer, and a lot of people were talking about how it gave you like the Victoria's Secret skin and like how it, like you were like lit from within, and man, I'm all about that. Who isn't? So I got this. I used it probably about 2 or 3 times before starting this project, and I didn't like it. I've had some pretty disappointing results with sort of light infusing primers, the glowy kind of primers. I find a lot of them make my pores look really big, and there's nothing that says great skin like having large pores, right? So I tend to pass on those type of primers just because they didn't work for me. But again, I did use this today with the skin, with the Tatcha and the foundation I will show you. So, I mean, maybe it's a little bit glowy. I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna stay. I really want to put this to the test and wear it for hours and hours and see how long it lasts and see how well my makeup stays together. So that is where I am currently with this guy. These products have very little progress on them, I will say that. The next product is from CoverGirl, and it is the Ready Set Gorgeous Fresh Complexion Oil-Free Foundation, and this is in the shade 105. So I've marked approximately where my progress is with this foundation. I am wearing that today as well. The first time I used it, once I bought it, I thought it was too dark. Now, as I've talked about before, I've got lighting issues and I'm constantly trying to fix it. I tried playing around with some settings on my camera as well to see if that made a difference. In the natural light in my room, it looks okay, maybe half a shade or so too dark, not necessarily yellow, which is a problem I often have with drugstore foundations. So I applied this foundation using a beauty blender. I applied it on top of that L'Oreal primer. It applied really easily, and it's very sticky. I definitely had to set this. I set this with a translucent powder because I could just feel how tacky it was, but I'm not sure if that also had something to do with the primer and the spray as well. So I need to try these products in different ways, not just with the products that are also in this challenge, to really get a good sense of how it works, how it performs. But I'm always looking for good drugstore alternatives to products. And sometimes you really can find those magical things in the drugstore, and I've heard a lot of people saying good things about this, so I'm really excited to put this foundation to the test and see how it performs for me. The fifth product I have here is from Milani, and this is one of their baked blushes, and this is the infamous Luminoso. How many people have you heard talking about this blush? This insane blush. I have a few Milani blushes because I had heard so many good things about them being such like an amazing drugstore blush, and I thought, you know what, I gotta get this. And then I used it and I was like, what's all the fuss about? I don't really care for very sparkly, shimmery blushes. I tend to like matte blushes and then add a bit of the sparkle with a highlight. That's at least the phase I'm in right now. So that's a swatch of it there on the back of my hand. It's always very difficult to tell blush swatches on the back of your hand because obviously you're not applying them that way on the back of your hand. But I am wearing it on my cheeks today as well to give you an example of what it looks like. That's what it looks like on me. So it's pretty good. I can't really see it working with every eye look I would do though, which is sort of the issue. But I'm not planning to finish this blush. My goal right now is to hit pan on it, and I have no idea how long it's going to take because blushes are some kind of insane magic that just seem to never ever die. I think that's what's going to be the most interesting thing, is to see how my thoughts vary from the beginning of this project till the end of this project, because overall I don't really hate any of these products. I mean, the Tatcha one I think is ridiculous price-wise, but I don't hate it. It's more like, is it really worth the hype? So the last product I have here is from Sonia Kashuk, and this is a lipstick, and this is in the shade Pinky Beige, and it's a Satin Luxe lip color. And this is a lip color that I had heard a particular beauty guru talking about and using in her videos, and just raving and raving and raving about how good it was. So I was like, I need that. So that's what it looks like swatched on the back of my hand, as I just showed you earlier. It's on my lips. One of those things where like it looked so good on her, so it made me want it. And then I got it and I was like, I don't know if this really is me. But that's the problem with YouTube sometimes, is that you see somebody raving about a product, you see it on somebody and you want it, and then it doesn't perform as well for you for so many different reasons, because the chances of you having the exact same undertones, the exact same skin type, the exact same eye color, you know, the exact same natural lip shade, because obviously the natural color of your lip is going to affect the shade of your lipstick once you put it on. And not to mention that some people just, they're very attractive. Putting these products on isn't going to magically change the shape of my face. It isn't going to change the way that I look. I'm still going to be me, just with this lip color on. I'm not gonna look like this other person, but that's where they get you. So I'm going to be trying out all of these. This is how, it's a pretty like new bullet, by the way. I didn't wind it all the way up, but there's a lot there. And I know I'm working on a lot of lip colors, but you know what? Slow and steady wins the race. So I'm just going to keep going with all these products and try everything, because I am having so much fun with them. So that is my intro for my project pan. YouTube made me buy it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and let me know what YouTube made you buy. If it was a good choice, if it was a bad choice, if you got sucked into any of these products that I just showed and talked about, let me know as well. Let me know what you think of them and how you use them. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in my next one. Bye.